Willis, who is failing here in this entire system? Because we're talking about 1,376. We may be talking about Dr. Kizza Besigye recently, but there are cases 1,376 of them.
The number one failure in terms of personality is William Ruto. Because ultimately, he is the chief executive of the country. And I say this because of the following reasons. The key issue of Besigye is not just a standalone issue. We are having foreign mercenaries, because when they come into Kenya, they're no longer police officers or security agencies. These become mercenaries because their jurisdiction don't extend to Kenya. Coming into this country and forcefully abducting people, committing acts of refoulement, committing acts of extraditions without following the laws of Kenya. I will not even be discussing Besigye alone in isolation. We've had these incidents with Ethiopia coming into Kenya to abduct. We've had these incidents with Turkey coming into Kenya to abduct. We've had this incident in South Sudan coming into Kenya to abduct. We are now having this incident with Uganda coming into Kenya to abduct. I mean, if your country, you've just turned your country into a playground of mercenaries, foreigners just coming here and doing whatever they want, we should not be discussing Besigye. We should be discussing where is the sovereignty of the Kenyan state and where is the chief executive officer of the Republic of Kenya when all these foreign nationals are coming here and committing all manner of things against people who are lawfully resident in Kenya. Look at the charge sheet Besigye has been slapped with. The offense relates to being in possession of firearms in Riverside. I mean, that is, it even speaks to the question of geographical application of the laws of Uganda. If it was an offense that if the firearms were found with Besigye in Riverside, the right place for him to be charged is Minimani law courts here, not in Uganda. Because if it's an offense committed within the Kenyan state. And Kenyan state agencies cannot say we don't know. We should not even be investigating or even condemning Besigye at this point alone. We should actually be calling our executive to account that how have you allowed foreign mercenaries to be running amok within the Republic of Kenya? That, to me, is a great indictment. The Ugandans have their issue with Museveni and what he's doing to Besigye. But Kenyans must have their issue with their leadership. That what is happening to our sovereignty today? Why have we allowed ourselves to become a playground of foreign forces? So it means that, as it is, no Kenyan is even safe. Ugandans can come here and pick any Kenyan and take them to Uganda. And the Kenyans said, do not protect them. We've seen it now. I've counted, just off the top of my head, I've counted 5 nationals who've come here, foreign states have come here and grabbed nationals and taken them to their countries. And if we are not careful, and I listen to these members of parliament, I'm getting sad every day because they are speaking PR language. At this point, they should be having a hue and cry as to the breach of our sovereignty. Not telling us that these are sensitive issues we discuss as a committee and we are satisfied. What is your satisfaction is not enough. We should be seeing accountability, and that accountability must be public. Who let the guard down? Has he been called to order? When you say Besigye came here as a private citizen, any person who has walked into this country is subject to the laws of this republic, whether he's a citizen of Kenya or a foreign national. So your status as a private citizen or a public citizen, no. Your status does not mean that now the laws of Kenya don't apply to you. They apply to you. Okay. And more so when you are within jurisdiction of Kenya lawfully. Besigye was here lawfully, came through the port, was attending a public function, Martha Karua's book launch. So he ought to enjoy the full rubric of the laws of Kenya. And Kenya itself must be the #1 complainant. They should be telling me that Kenya is going to file a case against Uganda at the EACC, at the EAC, for breach of its territorial integrity. If not, Kenya will be declaring war against Uganda for the breach of its sovereignty by Ugandan forces coming to operate in Kenya. Not telling me that the cabinet secretary has explained to us we are satisfied. Satisfied as who?
Okay.
Does it bring back our sovereignty?
Okay.
Because we are satisfied.